Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on the brand new Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Just arrived. I purchased this yesterday when it launched on Sephora for $94.50. So yes, she's expensive. I actually looked back on my last video for the Rose edition and it was $87 at the time. So they've definitely gone up in price for Canada. If I'm gonna be completely honest, that price hurts. Makeup is just getting ridiculously expensive. When I saw the price, almost $100 for an eyeshadow palette, I gasped. Price aside, Patrick Ta is one of my favorite brands and I love his eyeshadow palette. So I knew I was going to be picking this one up, but it was previously cheaper. So inflation is just getting everything. And let's take a look at this palette. I love how it's matte with the shiny border, which the last one did the opposite for the rose one. I have it right here. It had the shiny middle with the matte border. The first one was just all shiny, so they do get quite a lot of fingerprints. I like that this one won't look as dirty, so I love how it is matte. And it has all the shades on the back, as you can see right there. And let's open it up for you. We have 10 matte eyeshadows and 2 creams in this palette. The top row is warm leaning and the bottom is cool. I plan on doing looks with both of the warm and cool. I'm saving the warm for my next video because I have a whole video idea for that. So I will be using the cool tones since I feel that's something I don't often use. So I wanted to do something a little different and I love that this is an all matte palette. So I'm going to show you the shades swatched next to the previous 2 Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palettes, the matte ones, just to see the tonal differences in the new one, if this is something that warrants a purchase for you. And also I was requested to show comparison between the Makeup by Cheryl Master Mattes palette, which I will also show you the closest shades in this palette to the Patrick Ta to see, again, if it warrants the purchase for you if you already have this particular palette. I hope the swatches help you out. There's not too much to go over before we dive into doing a look for you. It is vegan this time. Last one had carmine in it and it wasn't vegan. So this one is vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and I think those are the major things that you really need to know. It's all matte and I cannot wait to get this on my eyes. So if you're excited for this like I am, let me know. Are you picking this up? Does the price tag scare you away from purchasing this? And if you've tried it, let me know. What are your thoughts compared to the Makeup by Cheryl as well? Because I have my own thoughts and I want to know yours as well. I love the tones of the cool tones because sometimes you can get ones that pull color on the eyes, like really blue based. And this is fairly neutral cool. It's just like the perfect cool for me. I love how he did these colors, and the top row reminds me of his previous palette, so I'm interested to see the comparisons there. But I will be using all the shades. I'm going to be using the warm shades in my next video. If you want to go check that out, be sure you're subscribed. And then I'm going to do cool right now, so don't want to talk too much, want to jump right in. As I said, I've been so eager to test this out. I love his matte formula for eyeshadows in his previous 2 palettes. So as soon as I saw an all matte one that looked like this, I knew that this is something that I'm going to be using daily because I use my Makeup by Cheryl one nearly daily as well. I love all matte finishes. It's just something that I absolutely love. We're going to start off with the shade Staple, which is right here. And I'm just going to start to blend that into the crease. There is kick up when you dip in to these eyeshadows. Put my hair behind my ears so it's not in the way, and we will see how this goes on. I love the pigmentation of these. Doesn't take much to build, but it also is so blendable. So I feel like it pretty much blends itself. And this, just like the other palettes, the same sort of easy blend that I've come to expect from Patrick Ta. So right away, just first dip in. This is what I was expecting. So very happy there. I do have my base for my eyes down already, which is just concealer set with powder. That's what I usually do. I am using a new concealer today. I will have all my makeup linked below in case you want to know the rest of my makeup. But we're just going to throw this all over the eye. I'm going to concentrate in the crease just to get that depth and dimension there, but I'm just wanting this everywhere. Sometimes cool tones, depending on how cool they are, can be a little unflattering on me, I feel like. But I love the undertone of this. This is like the perfect 90s supermodel eyeshadow color. Like you could just do one and done with this. That color right there is everything that I want from a cool tone eyeshadow. The perfect staple, as it's called. Really, perfect name for this. So just slowly taking my time to buff and build just until I get to my desired intensity. We will be going quite smoky with this. So I want to get a good blend down first, just so it's a little bit easier when we go back in with the deeper shades. Normally, I would do my eyes first, but I wanted to speed along this video so I could get it up for you the day that I get this. So all my other makeup is done. So we will see if we have to touch up anything due to fallout, but right now with this color, we're doing pretty good. A step down, we're going to Essential. I'm going to gradually build up the outer corner and lower crease with this shade. Not going as high. I'm wanting to keep the depth and dimension mostly in the outer corner because I want to do like a winged shape for this look. I love just how those two shades are blending together. I think it's super pretty on the lid, just how it naturally creates such a nice soft blended look, cool tone look, really pretty. This little bit of eyeliner and I'd be good to go, but I want to smoke this out. I want to go in with the cream black right now. So I'm just gonna flip open the lid. That keeps the powder out of the creams. I love that Patrick does this. Taking my BK Beauty 208, dipping into the cream black. My lips are coming off. I think I'm gonna change the color. I'm going to run this along my lash line in the outer, I want to say half, with the cream. And we're going to be blending this out, so you don't have to be perfect with this step. I like that this cream formula isn't too emollient because there's still some play, but I don't feel like this is going to move around even if I didn't set this with powder. But we're going to go ahead and blend this out, taking a really small pencil brush. This is a Rephr 23. They do the best detail brushes. Starting off with this shade here before we go to the black. Just want to blend out the top of this. Yeah, I already feel like this is starting to set down. So I want a lot of this color in this outer V because I want it quite deep there. And then I'll clean up just the edge of the wing shape we're creating with the matte black. And then a clean blending brush. Just gonna make sure I blend everything together in this outer corner. So the clean brush just helps the blend on the lid. And then for the crease, I like to go back in with our first brush just to blend out any harsh edges. If you need to, just go back in with that staple shade, run it along the edges to further blend this corner out. Any blending that happens right here underneath that line, I'm gonna go back and clean it up with my foundation after, just because I typically do my eyes first, so I just want to get the blend without worrying about the edges and then just clean that up after. So it does look messy, but that will be all cleaned up. Minimal fallout though. Really, really nice. And I was worried because they're such dark shades. And I'm just going to quickly match the other eye before we move on to the matte black. Ever so slightly, I'm going to take that white color in the palette, like never highlight my brow bone. Just gonna touch it right under the highest point and softly blend that out. Just a little bit. What year did highlighting the brow bone become unpopular? I'd like to know. I know it's still done, but not like how it used to be, if you remember. Like always can't forget that step. Having that super highlighted arch, that's 90s to me. I love this. I think it's perfect for fall too, coming up. Just being able to put on this much eye makeup again, because in the summer I don't do looks like this. It just feels so good sometimes to just do full-on smoky eye like this. It's been a very long time. So we can go even deeper than this. We haven't used that matte black. So I do want to use that angle brush we were using with the cream and just do a little bit lightly along the lash line, and just to keep that angle so I can see where I need to clean up underneath. I just want to define the wing a little bit more with the matte black. Just keeping that color nice and tight along the lash line. So I have virtually no fallout from this. I can see a couple specks on this side. But considering we were using matte dark shades, that's pretty good. I was worried because I did my whole face first. So I'm just going to quickly go off camera, do my mascara, lashes, all that, finish off my face. My lipstick has come off. I've had my makeup on since this morning, waiting for this video. So I'm just gonna touch everything up. We will come back, finish off the eyes, and I will give you my final thoughts on this palette. Back, I have one spot of glue that's still drying. I'm going to finish off the under eye. I will be doing some eyeliner, mascara as well. But we're gonna start off with the same shades we used on the upper eyelid. I'm going to take a clean pencil brush. I'm actually gonna use a 209. Small shadow, larger smudger, but this is what I want to use. I'm gonna go in with that staple shade that we used first. I'm gonna just start by putting this underneath my whole lash line. I think this has to be my favorite color in this palette. I've never used such a flattering cool tone before. I feel like it's also the perfect one and done eyeshadow shade. Like I would just wear this color all over my lid. And taking that angle brush, we're gonna get really close, the shade here, and get it right up close to the lash line. I'm gonna keep it to, I think, the outer half. Let's do third, actually. You can bring this along the whole lash line as well. I'm just liking kind of more definition in that outer corner, still on the bottom lash line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and line with some black eye kohl. This is gonna really make this look more dramatic, I find. It closes off the eyes, make them look a little bit smaller. I feel like just lining the waterline always amps up a look to make it even more dramatic. This black almost looks blue compared to the cool tones that I was using in this palette. It's very noticeable to me. That's why I really love the tones of these. It's a really good cool tone row. I'm so happy I tested that out first. And then a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. And my contact lens. That is the finished eye makeup look. I love how this looks. I haven't done a cool tone look like this in so long. And I paired it with MAC Angel, which is a frost finish. I'm feeling these vibes. This is bringing me back these tones. I used to do this all the time when I was younger, but I'm loving the formula. This is everything that I expected it to be, minus the high price tag. I didn't expect it to go up that much, but the formula is what I have come to expect. I only used the cool tone row this time, but you'll have to stay tuned if you want to see a warm tone look. I have a whole recreation video that I'm going to be doing for you guys that I figured you'd love to see. I love the look and I haven't done one of those in a while. So another look will be coming, but overall, if you want to spend the money on this palette, it is worth it. The formulas are fantastic. I love the addition of the creams because you can get way more versatility out of this palette than, say, the Makeup by Cheryl. You have more cool leaning colors. This doesn't go cool. This is neutral leaning warm. It's not cool in the slightest. So I know people wanted a comparison between the two, and I did show swatches earlier, but there just really is no comparison between that bottom row. You just don't have it in the Makeup by Cheryl one. So if you've tried the previous formulas for the matte shades, it's consistent with this. They are super easy to blend, have good pigment, they build well, they don't blend into each other and create a muddy mess. You can see distinctly all the colors, but it's in such a nicely blended way, is what I love about his shades. If you've not used them before, they are so good. So I love that he did an all matte palette. I know I'm gonna get so much use out of this one because the first one I have all beat up. Like you can tell this is a used palette. Very happy with the purchase. I think you're gonna be really happy with this too if you haven't picked it up. And if you were deciding between the Makeup by Cheryl and this one, if you like more neutral, leaning warm, go Mario. And if you like cooler tones, the Patrick Ta is going to be the one that you want, because that's what sets it apart for me, in addition to the creams, which really help building and blending out a look. If that's what you're looking for, the addition of the creams truly makes it special and a one-of-a-kind palette, because palettes just don't do this often, I find. So you do have those creams which help with lining, blending, building. They are so good in this palette, and having a brown and a black is a staple. And I just can see myself using this all the time. I'm so happy with it and the look. So thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. I hope this helps you out. Decide whether you want to buy this pricey palette. It is up there in price, so you want to know, is it worth your money? And to me it is. I'm happy with the purchase. I love his formula and I love Patrick Ta makeup. I'm just looking forward to see what he does for Major Dimension 4, 5, 6, you name it, I'm in to trying them. So thank you guys again for watching. If you have not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos. And if you have any further questions you want to know, leave them in the comments section below and I will get back to you in terms of anything that I missed in this video. I will be testing out the wear right now, so I will update in a comment or in the description box if you want to know how this wears on me. You can also follow me on Instagram if you're watching this today, and I will show you my makeup on there as well. So stay tuned for video number 2. Be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to see my recreation of one of Patrick Ta's looks using the warm shades in that palette. I'm looking forward to film that. I will be filming that tomorrow, and I cannot wait to show you what I'm doing for that. So I will see you guys in my next video.